Let's see. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to today's stream. Let's see here. I just want to make sure that everything is good. I want to see. All right, that's perfect. Yeah, perfect. And let's see here. So it's a bit early for me today. I mean, it's not early in that sense. I just had a pretty slow day so far. So we are just chilling. I'm just gonna put this over here so I can follow along. Hmm. Ah, okay, I see. It's because of the there's some streaming things here going on, so but it's all good. Let's um let's slowly get into it. So what is the agenda for today? The agenda is to get to clean up the entire thing. So yesterday what we did was we we had a long day with a lot of work on the road building mechanism. We can see in here we have right now we have a total of 12 objects. Okay, and I want to organize them into a couple of different groups. So let's just have have a group called game. So this is going to be all the game objects. Okay, and let us put at least these in here and these in here. Then we end up with this world solid that would in principle also be, I mean, yeah, we put it in rows for now. This is the only place where we use it. So what is the next step? So now what we really want is to have these as um, decoupled is the word for it as possible from these. And here the coupling should be in this action road builder here. Okay, and so we're actually going to put this back up now. And this is where it's going to couple to the road building mechanism as a whole, right? So we want the road builder to be 100% responsible for creating all of these, at least these four. Okay, and then we want the responsibility as we also wrote in the. I think we can open this one exactly. Let's see if I want. Let me just uh, make sure I can see. Oh, so, there we go. All right, so yeah, let's delete this. Actually, no point in these anymore. And then we can also remove the. Uh, there we go. Okay. So now we have all these nice definitions of the things. We are going to add on to that at some point. And then we want to have, so we want to have good documentation in all the code. And then at least for this part here, right? For these four. Lane segment node, road network, road segment. Okay, so let's go through each one of them. So we have the variable definitions, start at x. These are what is also defined in the scope. So a lane is a line between two specified points in the world. Now, this is important that this is distinctly not necessarily nodes, right? These are the points specified. We just directly specify it for lanes. Okay, there is absolutely no implementation on the lane segment, and I think that's really good. So this should be the basic building block. I was just wondering if there was like a, well, it doesn't matter. So the lane segment is just a stand-in, and I was thinking if we should replace some things, for example, like that, maybe some with structs, if that is more efficient than objects. But what I like about using objects is that you can always expand uh, if you want to have functionality. So we can consider it, but that's not necessarily something. So lane segment is all good. And before I forget, I would like to have some set up some more. And I'm gonna put this down here. I think no. I'll put it up here. Yeah, so these are actually pretty good. I'm happy with these so far. Let's just leave this. And then you say a node can take can have a max of, I would say, 6 roads. I was thinking 5 originally, but I'm thinking 6 now. 6 roads connected to it. Okay. So we should also implement some of these constraints, and we should display when we try to build the roads when it is indeed not possible for us to do so, right? And that should be in a clear and concise way. The thing about this well solid is that I just don't really like it. Um, I don't like that before we had the road, like the house and the road was both of a well solid instance. And yeah, but let's do one at a time. So the node is just one object. It has a name. That's right, we're giving it a name A. And it's because we have, let me actually draw you a graph real quick. So we actually have a, I don't know, over here. I wonder if I can like, yes. Um, so, I mean, shouldn't I be able to put text inside of this? Let me go into draw. I like draw. Okay. Um, all right. I'm just going to put them like so. Um, and then we have, I don't know what you call it, pedestrian, traffic. It's called traffic. Uh, and so these three are kind of like a holy trinity, I would say. Um, I want it to be both ways, straight lines. Yes. Yes, I can just copy it. Yes. Okay. Like this, right? Move this down a little bit. Um, game diagram. It's not that I. Okay, whatever. Then we put it in here. There we go. Look at that. All right. So now we can. Now we have this rope building mechanism. These three are all going together, right? So now, if we can have this fully decoupled, right, from these two, and then we can have like a game object that are encircling all these three. Because of course, civilians need roads to walk on, and the road network. And these, yeah, so these three comes together as like three small sub problems or sub tasks that can be. And so what we actually will do now is rename this to road build builder. road building. And then, yeah, road building. And then we have road network. Let me put that one in there. We can also put the word solid in there. This makes sense, right? Perhaps the node should actually also be in the road network. I don't know. No, it's probably fine. Okay. So now we actually can look at these four as we talked about. So this one was empty. This one was almost empty as well. It has a list of, and we will create that criteria constraint for it with a max of 6 rows connected to it. Row segment. It's a little bit more extensive. It has a list of nodes inside of it, or lanes, sorry. It has a start and end node. It has the definition here. A row segment is a collection of lane segments between two nodes. Start. Yeah. Then we calculate road length and road direction. Okay. For any when we destroy ourselves, when the road is destroyed, it will take any lanes with it that is created with it. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And here we have a user-defined event that I call sometimes, which is set geometry. It's called. We have the road. Yeah. So it sets its origins to the start node, and then it basically shoots out from the start node to the end node. And yes, exactly. So it sets its scale to the road length divided by 16 because the square is 16 pixels long. And then it calculates the road direction. Yeah, great. So it makes perfect sense. I think I should specify when this is called. It, and the reason why this is done as such is because we don't want it in the step event, and we can't have it in the create event either, because sometimes we create the row segments and then we set the end node, or do we? Or do we actually? Is that actually true? I mean, I don't know exactly how it works. Okay, yeah, this actually says right here, a structure that contains variables that are copied into the new instance before the create event is called. Hmm. So perhaps we could simplify the solution, remove this set row geometry by um, hmm. I mean, and then we should set. Oh, okay. And then this function should have more responsibility in terms of creating the roads, and then the road should only be ever created through this function. That would actually work. Then we can really make it concise. Okay, and then okay, cool, cool, cool. All right, all right, all right. Okay, so okay, before we let's think about this for a moment. I just don't want to get lost in the sauce here. So instead of doing this event user, the whole thing should happen at the create event. Hmm. The question I have is if you split roads and do these kinds of things. Let's just try going in this one, for example. See here we set the. Hmm. I wonder if you can specify the the return type. You can return -1. That's why maybe if I return undefined. Hell yeah, that's pretty cool. Hell yeah. We should also change it to create road segments. We really need it to be as consistent as absolutely possible. Yeah, so we'll do that right now. We'll leave. Actually, can we like Windows close all? Nice. Okay, good. Then we go in the create road. Oh, no, we don't. We got it. We rename it create road segments. Okay, we go in here. Now it should be all good. We can. Okay. Now we should go everywhere and change. Make sure that we are when we are building it. So I assume it's in here, right? And we should definitely not. We should open this entire thing, and we can. So we have a road builder, and then we have a create road. That's fine. Looks good. Okay. So the split road again. That should also actually also be called split road segment. Oh, and it does that. Oh, that's lovely. Then we just need to go in here because it updates everywhere except in its own function for some reason. Um, there we go. Road scripts. There we go. That's nice. That's better. This function is completely empty. That can please leave us. Find path. Actually should not be here. And neither should this one. And I know that we have them in the other file project. So these two we will remove as well because we really want it to be uh, really want it to be like three different applications that can be put together as much as possible because it really makes for a lot easier in the future, especially with these kinds of things when you have to really have your math in order. There we go. Of course, there's also a house building, but that mechanism in itself is pretty significantly more simple than this part here. So we can try and open the game. I don't think we actually opened the game today at all. Everything seems to work beautifully. Yeah, it's super lovely. So very nice. Can only be happy about this. Yeah. And perhaps we should also, when we hover over roads, we should also uh, light up the two nodes that they have started and node. That could be. Maybe one color, the other for start and one for end. I don't know. Or just like an S and an E. But I think it's good that we are considering um, showing like the graphic user interface part as well here. And that's probably also what's going to be part of our um, agenda today is to set up, make sure that each responsibility is correctly set. In this dev interface, I had a point where I was drawing circles for all the rows and stuff. This I want to completely remove all this stuff. So no point. This as well, no point. Okay, and we can delete those two events, and we can delete this event too. Yeah, exactly. And as we remember, we also decoupled the road network itself from it had this list of all the roads, and it got pushed. Sometimes it got pushed in and everything, and too many roads got pushed in, and whatnot happened. Right? We remember this. So good. I know there is a place where I am calling this iNotes. I would like to remove that. It's right here. Also no point. Uh, we can write a comment here if, if there are more real or if there are any valid intersections. Yeah, so we have this valid intersections, but we just call it iNodes. And that's completely fine because we are commenting it really well here, so I'm not even worried about that. Destroy after successful creation. Mhm. Prepare intersection road list. I'm actually really proud of this solution here because we went from a big mess to this significantly more clean solution. That's super nice. Let's see here now. I don't know where to put this comment. Just up here. Because like, if this opens up an entire thing, again, intersection calculations. These are, yeah. But it looks nice, right? So okay. We can also go a bit further in here. I don't know if it's necessary to flesh it out like this. Hmm. Calculate intersection for, for then here we have a snap to any node if closer than snapping, or if within, excuse me. Uh, for example, here we are never reusing these split roads, so there's no reason to say this. Sometimes I don't know why I'm going back and forward so much, but I almost want to change this back again to arrays instead of DAs lists. But that's not what we should be concerned about right now. Yeah, and this is exactly the same down here. Hmm. Yeah, so this is like this is the same place. This is this. Um, but you know what? It's fine because we're like, yeah, we're doing a simple one there, and then we're saying, okay, if there's actually was no, if there were, if there was no valid, or if there are valid intersection after all, then we actually perform the stuff. So here we are doing the splits. So we're doing the splits. Yeah, split road segment here, right? So we're doing the split, but we're not creating any road segments uh, until here, right? Yes, yeah, exactly. I actually am a big fan of this solution. And we can remove this because we should not destroy, as we said down here, destroy after successful creation. We can keep it, yeah. Create intersection if valid and add to inodes. Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. Very nice. So this one we can say we are happy with. We're done with that one. Let's go in here. I remember we went through all of this. The question is, for example, so we're creating this temp node. I think I'm pretty sure we're still using it. Yes, exactly here, because we needed a node to pass through. It's a bit silly, but I'm okay with it actually. Then are we using this anymore? This intersection. I would actually like to not. Oh, it's actually used right here. It's not calculated. It's here, but well, we could just change it to this, right? Let's just see here. Intersection point. Yeah, there's no need for this in the step event. So we are, yeah, there's no need for the is intersection because we'll just do the same every time check is a number larger than zero. That really does not take that much processing power. Um, is intersection absolutely nowhere to be found. So we just what all we have to do is just to say bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom. Yes, that is exactly right. And I think these are taking a bit too much attention. Let's just make them a bit smaller. Yeah, look at that. That's much prettier. Yeah, and yes, we can see some ugly, weird things going on in here, but we don't really want to worry too much about that. We don't want to need to sit and calculate everything to make sure everything is super pretty. Like if we saw the like the collision node being moving around in there, we can actually have a look again here, just making sure. So if you do like this, but then if you do right just there, then it actually does not even collide. But there it does. Yeah, that's a pretty interesting thing that happens, and I would also say I'm okay with that. Um, what I think I would like to do is actually have a road builder um, interface specifically just for road building, and so that would mean action handler. I would like for that, and I think we can do is we can say creating objects, object road builder UI. I like that. And that can be put down here. Okay, so we'll start by just copying stuff. This is clearly, okay, we'll start by opening this properly before we mess up our code orders. This one has a lot of different functions, events. Okay, it has some things going on here. What I'm mostly interested in is this draw UI, draw graphical user interface. And And basically what we will do is copy this part, bada bing, and we will comment it out for now. I don't assume it will do anything except maybe remove some UI functionality. Then we will go back in here. We will go to draw user interface. We will put this back where it belongs. This is ugly, so I don't know why on earth I would ever do that. And of course, this one. Now we can go out here. This is our new thing. We can define a variable in here called closest node to mouse. And there's absolutely no reason for this to be a variable defined every single draw event, right? And it most certainly should also not be defined as -1 in here. So this entire thing can just go, okay. How, yeah, I don't know if I like this, but I think in order, because it does, otherwise it would not update, and I would like to have a deletion and moving around functionality as well. I don't know if we can get that far today, but yeah, so we can see we have removed some of the functionality now, because now it's in our new. And so basically what I would like to have happen is um, that we start the game and we are in this road building mode. And then from there we have three buttons. So actually instead, I don't want this to be the action handler anymore. I think I would actually like to completely delete this one or remove this one, replace it, that was a bit silly, replace it with a road builder UI. Okay, I'm curious, what are we drawing right now actually? The interface. Okay, we will also get rid of this one. And perhaps we'll actually delete them. So we really want to cut into the bone here. Where did we come from? It was in the object game itself. This one can also goodbye. Let's just make sure that there's everything. So nothing happens now because I'm not doing anything. And so I will actually call this road builder instead of road builder UI. It will be road builder. I think that is actually because then this can be have responsibility of the overarching mechanism. I think that would be significantly better than having it in this action handler, right? So the action handler could, in principle, in the future, create this one or or activate this one in some way to then do its thing. But this is exactly it. So we'll copy this event, we'll put it in here. So we have the road builder here. This is the action road builder, right? And this is the actual new road builder. That should probably not be named like that. I think that would be good if it wasn't. And there we go. Now we have pages in this event here. So we're not. There's no action instance right now. Okay, that's fine. I'm happy with the action up here being like that. I just don't want the like have responsibility being scattered all over the place, right? That's really my concern here. But I'm fine with the action system itself existing, and then because that can be used to change between we're in the road situation, we're in a house building situation, we're in a I don't know something else in the future, right? So that's perfectly fine. Um, let me then see now. This is being created from scratch. When we press, we will start creating. I don't know. I don't think this necessarily. We're not clicking. Not yeah. Oh. Ah, I don't know what I was thinking here. This is just, and we will also do. Now we'll just open the one again. So what we will also do is, hmm. Well, actually, okay. So my new question is, when we have road builder, would that also be responsible for road mover, road destroyer? Maybe we just call it road tool instead. Yes, that's better. Road tool. Perfect. And then now we can go into the, surprisingly, oh, there was something wrong there, naturally. That's the kind of thing that should not be able to happen. Let's just go in here. These are all for the other action stuff. There's no point in deleting it now 'cause we're not really gonna be fiddling with it too much. But we can delete this part regardless. Okay, so this actually can be completely discarded. Let's just see again here. Should be able to do that. I thought that I was not. Hmm. Great. Now it is time for a break. Thank you for participating so far. All right. Sorry about that. I don't know how long it's been, but too long is the answer. So that's right. We were doing this road tool. We're making this road tool. Hmm. And then did we end last time because of an error or just because we stopped? I think we would, right? Pretty. The problem is just, I mean, there's no problem really. It just doesn't stop really. That's all there is to it. So we should, yeah, make a note there now. Cool. I mean, it looks and feels super nice. And that's with this road tool now that we're using. Okay? And right now it's a continuous, so it destroys itself. So we're saying if there's no action and the road builder is indeed under the child of the action, right? So we have the entire action thing itself. And I was thinking, if I should, if that should be a different thing, or like if it should be connected with the road tool specifically. But at the same time, I kind of like it like this. And so it's just very important that we have well-defined responsibilities for both, right? So let me just think about exactly how we want to go about this. Nice. So now, right now, we're disregarding the action handler entirely. We're disregarding the UI. The UI is the one that is responsible for oh, setting up the developer interface. So we can actually just go ahead and put it back in. It doesn't do too much regardless right now. Oh, yes, of course. I believe should be the only problem there is. Just want to make sure that we're not doing anything weird here. But it looks really nice. Yeah. All right. So then I want to be able to delete rows again. So I think we should make an action. Let's see here. How big is this? Yeah. So we make a new action that's just called road destroyer, and I want it to be so that you can click, hold, and then when you release, you destroy the road that you want to build. Okay, so it's pretty simple. We'll just make a completely new object from scratch. Action road deleter. I think no, deleter. Yeah. So when you click on when you create, we should have a road to delete is equal to um, yeah. And this is why it was important before that we under the in the road network updated it here with the road so that we when we select a node, we are selecting a node and not any road or anything else like that. That's just really important. Okay, so road deleter, it just has this for now, and then we will need to have so it will be created as soon as we click, okay, on the mouse. And then we have mouse, global, left, release, okay? And then it will show the store itself. And then we will say if because what can happen is that we can move the mouse away from the road, indicating that we no longer want to remove that road, okay? So it needs to be we need to hold and release on the same road. Road to delete is equal to this. Then we say instance destroy road to delete, right? Okay, and so what that means is that we now, when we delete the roads, we need to make sure that it's gonna like follow a chain of events, right? So when we delete one road, what's gonna happen and how is it going to affect the nodes and all these things, right? So let's take some inspiration from when we split a road. It's actually pretty simple. We can actually copy this entire thing here, okay? Yeah, instead of road to split, it's just road to delete. Were there anywhere else? That was pretty much it. And then we look, and then yeah, okay, and then it creates some new. Why? I would like to destroy this first. I don't see why it would be in the other order beforehand. Um, well, of course, we need to show that we are actually we want to do that. All right. All right. So now in here, let's just have two buttons, C and D, for create and delete. They're also right next to each other. Okay, so that would actually make sense. So key pressed. We'll just make it pretty simple here. There's no reason to be fancy about this. Okay, and then uh, I mean, so yeah, and another thing that I'm very curious about is build road, build houses, build. Let's just build delete road. We need to put it in there. Build road. Lord. Wow. Okay. Um, Very nice. Then we are going to just copy this, do like this, go back in this one, duplicate it, key press to D, then it will be the lead road. Yeah. And so this will actually temporarily overtake the responsibilities of the action handler. And perhaps we will change the action handler, uh, or perhaps we will just like the action handler will open the road tool later on. It will still be, it will just be the intermediate one that also shows and keeps things in mind. I think that would make sense actually. I still wonder about the naming conventions for this. Okay, but if yeah, well actually, if what do I call it? Road tool action is equal to the road, then it's that, and then we do like so. No, that's there we go. Very nice. And then of course I would love to add in the road tool um, if all right. And then of course we have to, and I was actually thinking if this node and row selected, I actually would think that that should be in here as well, not in the road network itself, right? That's that's what makes sense here to separate those kinds of responsibilities from each other. And is not equal to no one. There we go. And then in the road builder, we are also drawing to the graphic user interface the same we will do here. Okay, so we will draw here, and then the one that we are hovering over, where are we doing that? That's in here. All of this stuff here for all the roads. Yeah, we can actually copy this part here. I mean, we can draw it. We can just copy this entire thing, and then we can. Okay, let me just wait. It should be in here. Very nice. And then we of course want to make it red to indicate indeed that we are trying to delete it. And last thing, not this end here, is in the road tool that I keep messing up. Very good. Let's see now. Now it says build road up there. I'm going to click on this button D. It changes to delete road. I'm going to click back on C. It goes to build road. I'm going to build a road. I'm going to build it like this. I'm going to stop. I'm going to click on delete. I'm going to click on it. It did not work. Okay. There's somewhere where I have just road. It's because it should be road to delete there and there too, right? Yeah, exactly. Oh, we're close now. We almost got it. All right, it works. Where's this in the released event? Line 5. Huh? Oh, roads. I think this. Oh, okay. Huh? I don't get it. I need to make sure here that it's not because. I mean, it worked well with the drawing and the red thing here. The road to delete does in fact exist. Okay. All of a sudden, this is not happy with me anymore. isn't it? Yeah. Okay. I mean, what if we? Oh, it's too much effort. Let me just try again here. I don't really get it. Am I doing something wrong here? I mean, it should have it right in the. So definitely look pointing at this. But I feel like it should. Let me make sure. Hmm. Okay, so first of all, no, not first of all. We'll just set this right now as a constraint so that we are not able to change unless we are. Oh, oh fuck. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Very good. So now, like, if I click on, nothing happens now if I change. I mean, okay. So the road, I mean, it works, right? In that sense, but is the problem anywhere else? The problem is in that it can't find it inside of the node thing. Okay, okay. We open the tool. This is all good. Should be all good as well. All this should not be a problem. Okay, we're deleting the row. Yeah. All right. So it seems that the problem is in the. Is it because we're not? Is that the right nodes we're detecting? Should be in here. Right? Yeah, these are all road segments. This is a node. Hmm. I mean, could I, would it be better if I just did like this? You can say, or we can actually, yeah, I think I actually will do that. Uh, yeah, I also really need to get that part organized. Okay, start node. So now let's try to go back in here. Now this one, this deleter. Now should be no problem. Let's try one more time. I don't know if this actually makes a difference, but it should make it would make a difference in the interpreter. So we are hovering over this. Everything is fine. Now we're deleting this. Okay, and if I can cancel, but I cannot delete it. What? It is in there, right? Ah, is it because it should be like this? Yeah. I have a feeling that maybe it's something because now it's not a now it's not that kind of variable. It's not like a local variable in this event. It's so I have a feeling, and now it works. Look at that. Now the nodes here should both be destroyed as well. Okay. Now we can actually just go in here and say if we can do that for both of the nodes. I wonder actually is I'm just curious if there was yeah, okay, never mind. I was just curious about something. Now we delete, okay, and then yes, hell yes. And that was surprisingly simple, wasn't it? And then I would like to go into the road tool here. I would like to make a smaller font. I would like to duplicate this font actually. I would like to make it Arial black, but smaller, like so. Then we would go back into the road tool and in here we would put these two down a little bit. We would go up here. We would write like this. So it's just indicating that this is there. Just a bunch. I just want to make a nice interface here. Cross. Oh, is it? I wonder why it's not popping up in the interpreter. The contrast color is a bit weird for me. Okay. Dum dum dum. Let's see here now. Okay, it's not the rectangle is not big enough, and it's also needs to be a bit more, like so. Set it to something like this then. Oh, I accidentally opened the other mode. Okay. Conclusion, not as much here. 96, up and more here. 176. Close. Plus another 16. It's 92. And then I just want to add a little bit more to the bottom here again. So 112. That looks pretty good. And then, okay, but we need to actually add 208. That's, yeah. Oh, it seemed like it blocked out at the time. Okay. I would like now to put the road selected into the road tool itself. Okay. So we can remove some of this road selected. And we will actually copy all of these. We already have the closest nodes in the house, so we can already start overtaking a lot of this road network. Okay. I would like to remove this and Then I would like to take this and put it, copy this, put it in here. I'll just put it down here now. Then we just go back in here. Then we copied it all now, so we can say goodbye to you. Then we just draw this small thing. I would actually like to make it dark gray again to match the road, and then back up to 16. Very nice. Okay, so we have it in here now. Very good. So now we can. I do not think. Yeah. Okay. So we just also clip actually this time because we don't have patience. We go back in to the row tool. Go and make a new step event. Put it in here. Okay. Node selected. Yeah, see, there's a significantly smaller distance than anything else, but that's fine. Now we can exit this. Now the road network is specifically only responsible for drawing the roads and the nodes as they are, the actual road network with arrows and stuff. I like that. And actually also this. Wow. So we can go up here and then only has the actual draw event here. That's incredible. Let's see if everything works. Probably doesn't. Nope. No, that's right, because I actually did not fix anything in here. All right, so here it says if node is equal to node selected, this is clearly not what we want, but we probably will have some other kind of if statement here. So let's see up here. If I guess that if you click, I guess that we should actually also have like a none for this. Oh, that's also maybe something I didn't realize that there were two different ones. And now I press the key. Jesus Lord. Change to key down, please. Thank you. No, no. Oh my God, key pressed. It is the key pressed one. There you go. Okay. And then we have another one for escape. I don't know if this just works as such, but oh yeah, no, I still didn't do the thing I was supposed to do. Very nice. There we are. I guess we can just do this. Close though. Oh, la 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 la. Yeah. There we go. Let's see. Is it better to have the undefined? Or is there something else I'm doing wrong? If node select is not equal to node. But the node should have names, right? But this doesn't. Let's try again. Oh, dot y. Something dot y. Draw line 33. Oh, wait a minute. I know why. It's because of that. It's because of that temp node, I think. Or what? Okay. Right, that's why. It's because we need to update that now. That's lovely, actually. Um, where is that? It was in the road builder, of course. Yeah, now we need to change all of that, but I'm perfectly happy to do so. If it was here that one was original. Yeah, I'm sure there's other places too. Yeah, very good. Oh, didn't even realize there was one there. And again, this can be, there's no need to save it. We can just, I was already ready for it, okay? In, Hmm. Okay, that's a bit weird. Uh, but wasn't it in here? I guess. Hmm. Yeah. I guess I should. Thank you. All right. Sorry. I mean, I'm not setting this. Something might be weird here now. It's because I also want the type checkers. As much as this interpreter is kind of weird sometimes, I would like for the types to be fully like the know all the types of everything. There we go. Because now we're using this undefined. I think that was actually um, do the same error. try again. Hmm. Yes, we can actually just do like this. Really? Oh, well, what? Okay. Uh, what? Oh my God! I think I know. La la la. No. Uh, yeah, but why the fuck is it calling that in the first place? That's actually the real question here. I think I might have messed up a couple of things too now instead of making them better. But I think it's important to go through this exactly. So this is the road builder now. Now we're back in it. This is the road tool. Okay, we'll just get rid of these two. It doesn't matter. And this one as well. Damn, they really some nitty gritty stuff right now. Thank you. God bless. Well, that's good. Now we now we can move on. Name, that's it. Uh, okay, that is in the road tool. Draw the name here. Yeah, well, it should have a name. I guess we can define one if we want to. It doesn't really matter. Name, string. When should I put the things with themselves or not? I don't know. I should say Okay, so okay, it's then the problem is somewhere else. Uh, okay, I think I would like to do like that, so that we can get moving. Because I think making it more complicated than necessary right now. Again, okay, I think I know why. It's because of the way we changed the definitions. So this is in the road builder mouse exactly. Oh shit! I would believe. No, is it really? No. Hmm. Let me just let me just see. What I'm curious about is that. Okay. Lord have mercy on me. It is so stupid, these errors. Like, but it is what it is. Okay, fine, thank you. Bye. Well, we're getting closer now. Okay, what is the next problem? Hmm. Well, the problem is just fully solved yet, it seems, right? So that's shit. Yeah. Why did we do this again with the undefined thing? I guess this is because. Oh, how does it know? Okay. I would like to not use this undefined after all. Okay. Fuck that. Sorry, my language, but fuck it. Every time we see an undefined, we replace it with a negative one. Thank you. and and the same in here. Just yeah, I do definitely don't like it. It looks ugly. I like the negative ones. It might be a little bit silly, but I don't really care. Now we might back to some other problems, but again, I'm perfectly fine with that. Okay, node. I want to see some road segment. Good. I can't tell if it is because of the ordering. Now that we're building, let me see. I mean, this was literally the same code that there was in the other one, right? But I guess for specifically for road selected, it might actually be different because it's. Hmm, okay, I have actually a solution for that. If nodes selected, so we prioritize selecting nodes over roads in this case. That's fine, and then let me just go into the documentation of this collision circle. It returns no one, right? Okay. I don't. For me, it would seem like it's yes, of course, it solves the problem entirely. Okay, let's see if we can. Now we come back here. Well, something definitely seems odd here. Oh, okay. Let me just. Okay. Now we're back to some other issues. It seems. I think we might soon call it a day. Um, but I would just like to finish on a good note. um, so there was an issue here. Wrote to mouse here, line 4. Oh, well, that explains a lot. Uh, and then, yeah, here we can just say, that was actually what we wanted from the beginning. So we actually are going full circle there. That's nice. Okay, it seems that we might have some issues with some intersections again. Yep. But I feel like, oh yeah. Actually, let me just check real quick if we can delete it again. Okay. I would assume we should change some things in here. Yep. So network, it should be the. Perhaps it work now. Okay. We're gonna take this and put it in here. Is it? I don't remember if it is like this. I think this might be it. Let's just declare it in here now. I have a feeling. I'm also curious about this error that's popping up here now. But I think that we'll have to wait for another day because I also have two other things to do today. So I would like to thank you all for watching and following along. It's been a bit over 2 hours today, so that was pretty good. We also did a little huge stream yesterday, and we are soon done with like a completely clean road building mechanism here that we then can attach to the others as we had described in here, right? Definitely need to reorganize this again. Like yeah, they should be like a group by themselves, like the building blocks, you know. Well, but thank you very much for participating today. It's been great, and I will see you guys most likely tomorrow, where I will hopefully do a Sunday stream. Okay, bye then.